Right, this video is an exercise on how to calculate profit on ice blocks. Just gives you a very simple example to work through. Of course, how people make the ice blocks different, what ingredients they use are different, but the exercise is just so that you can then have an example which to do calculations yourself. We have here 7 steps. The first thing you've got to do is list the ingredients, everything that you will use. Now, one of the ingredients is also water, but since it's from the tap, there's no cost attached to that in our calculations. This one is sugar, right? Sugar. The second one is flavor. Water, we already know, is an ingredient, but we don't have the cost, but we write it there anyway. And then the fourth one are the ice blocks. The next thing we'll do is list the quantities that we will use. Like, for example, the sugar, because we're going to have to do a calculation on it, we're using half. So we're using the fraction 1/2, right? Half of $1.70. We have 2 of these, but they're 50 cents each, so 2 for $1. And of course the sticks, how many sticks that you might use. Okay, the quantities. The sugar, half a 1 kg bag, right? Half, 1/2 of half of 1 bag. The flavor, we already discussed that, 2 at 50 cents each. So 2 times bag. Water, so let's say 2 1-liter jugs. Let's not put in jugs, just 2 by 1 liter, it's fine. Then ice block sticks, 1 packet of 50. That's listing the quantities, and then we calculate the cost of the ingredients. If we're calculating the cost of the ingredients here, sugar, we're looking at where here is the cost is equal to half times cost of the bag. What did we say it was? $1.70. Half times $1.70. So it's 1 times $1.70. So $1.70 goes on the top, because 1/2 times any number is the same as 1/2 times that number over 1, right? So you end up with this number being on the top and 2 being on the bottom. If we do a simple division on this side, then I can work it out later. Divide by 2, 1.70, right? Can 2 go into 1? No. Can 2 go into 17? Yes. Can go 8 times to give you 16. So 8 over here. Because I'm using these 2 digits over here, these 2 numbers, whatever answer I get will go on top of the 7. Will go to the number on that side. This is a placeholder, right? 8. So 2 times 8 is 16, right? I'm saying 16, but really it's, yeah. Remember there's decimal places there. Let's add a 0, minus that to go on to the next level, 0.10. Still with me? Does 2 go into 1? No. Does 2 go into 10? Yes. 5, so 5 goes over this 0. 2 times 5 is 10. Remember where the decimal place is, but no remainder. So the answer is here, 0.85. Cost is equal to 2 times the bags I said were 50 cents. I've already said it costs $1 because 2 times 50 cents. But if we were to write out the calculation, 2 times 50 cents, if I write it in the dollar form, it's 0.50 is equal to $1, 1.00. Say you're getting 10. So out of the 2 of them, you're getting 20 ice blocks, right? If you're making 20 ice blocks, you're only using 20 sticks. So out of the packet of 50, you're using 20 out of the packet of 50, right? So 20 over 50, that's the fraction of the packet that you're using. That's the proportion of the 20 of the sticks is what we use, but the total number of the sticks in the packet is 50. So that's the quantity, and I multiplied the quantity of the proportion multiplied by the cost of the sticks, and the sticks is $1, I said 50. So the numerator here is 20, so 20 by $1 is going to be on top. 20 by $1 is what? $20, right? So $20 divided by the denominator, which is 50 in this case. 20 divided by 50. So 50 goes into 200 4 times. So we're using 200. The 4 will go over that last 0. And of course, since it goes over that last 0, don't forget the decimal place and the placeholder on this side. So 4 times 50 is 200, right? But let's remember the decimal place is also here. Okay, it goes perfectly. 50 goes perfectly into 200. So we are using 40 cents worth of, and now you have all the costs of the different ingredients. So we've listed the ingredients, we've listed the quantity, we've calculated the cost of all the ingredients. And we've also figured out that we will have about 20 ice blocks. Now that you have the different costs, let's add them all up, because we're now on to step 3, where we're going to total up all the different costs. I've put in the blue arrow all the costs that we had calculated before. So the sugar, 85 cents, the flavor, $1, and the sticks, 40 cents. Let's add them all up, add them down, that gives you 5. 8 plus 4 is 12, 2, with the decimal point here, align it there, carried 1, 1, 2. So total cost of ingredients is $2.25. Okay, so the 4th step is how many ice blocks to be made, and we'd already figured that out when we were doing the number of sticks that we were going to use, so 20 ice blocks. Number 5 is cost per ice block, and how will you calculate that? Cost per ice block equals the total cost over the number of ice blocks. So let's do that, right? The total cost for these 20 ice blocks, not everything you spent in total, but the costs that you have calculated for the 20 ice blocks. Okay, total cost for the 20 ice blocks, divide by the number, I'm putting number there for short, number of ice blocks. In this case, total cost is $2.25. $2.25, and you divide it by number of ice blocks, which is 20. Okay, so we're back to our division exercise here. Put the extra 0 there, minus, how many times does 20 go into 2? Can't. How many times does 20 go into 25? 1 time. You need 20 times 1, 20. Placeholder, decimal place we align, put an extra 0 there, so it's all easy to subtract. Placeholder, 0, 5 minus 0, 5, 0. 20 go into 50. Yes, so we're using these 2 times. The 2 will be on top of this 0 here. 20 times 2 is 40. Let's put the placeholder, align the decimal place, and put the 0 there. Minus, you will get again, let's align it properly. 0, 1, 0. Does 20 go into 10? No, it doesn't. Let's put an extra 0 there. Does 20 go into 100? Yes, 5 times exactly, right? So the 5 will go over this 0 here, 5. 20 times 5, 100. 0.1125. So we have to sell it at higher than that in order that we don't make a loss. So say we're selling it at 20 cents an item. Our next number is number 6, revenue. So I've given you in the last video how to calculate what revenue means. So revenue is just what you're going to receive when you sell something. So revenue is equal to the price per ice block multiplied by the number of ice blocks. Still read that? Alright. Price per ice blocks. What did we say it was going to be? 20 cents. If we were putting it in the dollar form, it would be 0.20. Right? 0.2 of a dollar is 20 cents. 20 cents multiplied by 20 ice blocks. 20 times 20, let's do it quickly on the side here. 20 times 0.20. 0 times 0 is 0. 0 times 2 is 0. Okay. And then you start with this 2, so add a 0, because every line down you add another 0. 2 times 0, 2 times 2 is 4. Then of course 0, 0, whatever. That's no use multiplying by that. Now once we get the answer, here it's 0 plus 400, which gives you 400. Now we take into consideration the decimal places. How many decimal places do we have here? Up here then there are none, right? Because the decimal places we're counting is after the decimal point. Here there's nothing. Here there are 2. There's 2 and there's 0. So you now end up with $4. So this is 0.2 of a dollar times 20, you get 400, which is really 400 cents. You've counted 2 decimal places, so move the decimal point again to the left 2 spots, you'll get $4.00. So $4. So the total revenue you can put down here is $4. Doesn't sound like much, huh? Okay, so the last number now is calculating the profit. The profit equals the revenue, which we've just calculated here, and we're talking specifically about the revenue just from those 20 ice blocks. $4, right? We'll put it up here. Revenue is $4 minus expense. What are we talking about here? The expense specifically associated with the 20 ice blocks. So really the total cost of those ice blocks, the 20 ice blocks. And we'd already calculated it before. If you look at this line here, when we had the total cost, it was $2.25, right? $2.25. 4 minus 2.25, we can do the calculation here. 4.00 minus 2.25. Borrowing 1 from this side, this becomes 3, this becomes 9, and this 10 minus 5, 5. This has now got 9. 9 minus 2 is 7. And 3 minus 2 is 1. 1.75. $1.75 is the profit you get on selling 20 ice blocks. If you like this video, then click on the subscribe button on this side, somewhere up here, and also on the related playlist, somewhere up here.